Hello friends, in the series on income tax cases, today we will discuss an issue which is very unique, which generally do not come very frequently before the authorities. And the issue before the Honorable Chhattisgarh High Court was that if the assessing officer takes the permission from the specified authority to conduct inquiry under section 148A clause A, but after taking the permission from the specified authority do not do any inquiry and directly issues the notice to the assessee under section 148A clause B and then section 148 notice to the assessee. So whether in that case the notice should be quashed solely on this ground that the assessing officer has failed to do the inquiry after taking the permission from the specified authority. This issue has been taken up by Honorable Chhattisgarh High Court in the case of Satish Torani versus Union of India, and this case is reported in 188 taxman.com 296, and the date of the judgment of the writ petition is 8th July 2026. The facts of the present case are like this. In the present case, when the assessee got the notice under section 148A clause B regarding that why the notice to the assessee should not be issued to the assessee under section 148, in that notice it was mentioned that the assessing officer has sought the permission from the specified authority, which was in the present case was principal CCIT, to conduct the inquiry under section 148A clause A on 14th February 2024. But after getting the approval from the specified authority on 14th February 2024, the assessing officer, without conducting any inquiry, issued the notice to the assessee under section 148A clause B immediately on the next day, that is 15th February 2024. And consequently, when the assessee submitted the reply, the assessing officer issued the notice to the assessee under section 148. The assessee filed the writ petition in the Honorable Chhattisgarh High Court, and the main plea of the assessee was that in the present case the assessing officer has not conducted the inquiry under section 148A clause A. The submission of the assessee was that the assessee is aware that the assessing officer is not bound to do the inquiry under section 148A clause A before issuing the notice under section 148A clause B. But if the assessing officer decides to do the inquiry and accordingly take the permission from the specified authority, then after taking the permission from the specified authority to do the inquiry under section 148A clause A, then the assessing officer is bound to do that inquiry. The counter from the department was that in the present case the writ petition of the assessee is premature, because whenever the assessee files the writ petition against the issue of notice under section 148, the first submission of the revenue is always that the petition is premature. The petitioner would get the sufficient opportunity to defend his case during the assessment proceedings, or the petition is misconceived. These are the journal counter of the revenue whenever the writ petition is being filed against the notice under section 148. When the court heard the matter, the court said that in the present case, although the assessing officer is not bound to do the inquiry in every case, but if he chooses to do the inquiry and accordingly takes the permission from his higher authority, then he is bound to do the inquiry. And if he issues the notice without doing the inquiry under section 148A clause A and issues the notice under section 148A clause B and consequently the notice under section 148, so that in that case the notices should be liable to be quashed. And in the present case the court quashed the notice under section 148A clause B and 148, but gave the another opportunity and remanded the matter back to the assessing officer to do the inquiry and then follow the procedure of section 148A clause B if he so desires. Friends, my submission in the present case is that we should not be very enthusiastic in filing the writ petitions, because by filing the writ petition we just give the department another innings to play. Because in writ petition generally it has been seen that if we say that the proper opportunity is not given or something like that, then the matters are very commonly remanded back, and the revenue got the opportunity to rectify their mistakes at the cost of the assessee. So if these type of grounds should be taken at the proper level, that is at the tribunal level, because at that time the matters will not be remanded back for these type of lapses by the department, and there are chances that the assessments can be quashed for these grounds. At the end of this video, once again I am repeating the name of the case. The name of the case is Satish Torani versus Union of India, and this case is reported in 188 taxman.com 296, and the date of the judgment is 8th July 2026. Thank you, friends.